Archangel Michael says, God has been trying to reach you over and over again because you continue to ignore this urgent message. It's a real emergency. A wealthy individual has suddenly taken a strong interest in you, and what they discovered has deeply shaken them. In this very moment, something holy is moving around your life, and heaven is watching to see what you choose. You are not here reading this by chance. You didn't stumble here accidentally. You were called, drawn, and guided by the whisper of God's voice. This is a divine moment where everything shifts in your favor if you listen with your heart and not your fears. For too long, the noise of the world has pulled your attention away from the one who has been quietly knocking on the door of your soul. Type 1414 if you believe in divine protection. You may not understand it right now, but you are standing in front of something life-changing. This isn't a mistake. This is a turning point. God is urgently reaching for you, because what is ahead can either elevate your life or break your spirit if you're not prepared. But He doesn't want you to be afraid. He wants you to be aware, awake, and alert to the signs He's been sending, the dreams He's been stirring in you, and the miracles He's been lining up without you even knowing. There is someone with influence, wealth, and power, who has just seen a glimpse of what God has placed inside of you. This person is not a stranger to success, but what they saw in your name left them stunned. Heaven revealed something to them. They saw light over your life. They felt a tug they couldn't explain. They saw your name in a way they didn't expect. You are being noticed for reasons you cannot see yet, and it's not about fame or attention, it's about assignment. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you believe God's love is forever. This is not about being lucky. This is about being chosen. When God selects someone, He doesn't ask for opinions, He doesn't need approval from others. He simply moves, and when He moves, no one can block it. Right now, God is moving around your situation with urgency because there are moments in life that must not be missed. If you miss this message, you risk missing what was already set in motion for you long ago. This is why it feels so serious. It's why this message feels like a thunder in your spirit. There have been delays in your life that made you question if God even remembered you. But the truth is, God was not delaying you, He was preparing the environment, the right people, and your own spirit to handle what's about to come. Because what's coming is not small. It's big. It's something that has the power to free you from burdens that have been sitting on your chest for years. What if you could unlock a secret brain wave that top scientists discovered inside the hippocampus, the very switch that signals wealth and abundance? Hidden from the public for decades, this breakthrough can rewire your mind to attract prosperity faster than you imagined. Picture the stress of bills replaced with financial freedom and new opportunities. Every delay is a missed blessing, and those who act now are already walking into the wealth you deserve. Step forward before the door closes. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate this ancient money wave and step into abundance today. This message isn't just words, it's a rescue. It's heaven's way of pulling you out of confusion and placing you into clarity. The time of wandering is over. The time of doubting is over. The time of surviving is over. Now begins the time of divine positioning. You are being aligned with something that will change your family, your finances, your peace, and your relationship with God. And this change begins the moment you accept that this message was meant for you. Type 1111 if you agree. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are not too late. You are not broken beyond healing. God has been tracking every tear, every prayer, and every silent moment where you didn't know what to say but still called out His name with trembling hope. That hope is what saved you. That small flicker of faith is what has kept heaven watching you closely. What God is trying to give you now is not just a breakthrough. It's a new chapter where your value will no longer be overlooked, where your efforts will no longer be ignored, and where your name will be spoken in rooms you never entered. Someone is carrying your name with them, not because of what you did, but because of who you are in God's eyes. Don't let fear make you delay what God is rushing to bring into your life. Fear will whisper lies, but faith speaks the truth that you were created for such a time as this. You are not who the world says you are. You are who God says you are. And He says you are ready. He says you are loved. He says you are enough. He says it's your time. So listen, child of God. Don't turn away from this message like you've done before. This one carries the weight of destiny. This one carries the release you've cried for. This one carries the connection to something so big, it will silence every voice that ever doubted your calling. And through it all, He has been watching over you, never turning His face away, never missing a moment when your spirit trembled under the weight of everything you've tried to survive. This is why He is reaching for you now, with urgency and power, because the moment of your lifting has arrived. Heaven cannot remain silent anymore. The time to wait has passed. The reason you are feeling this inner stirring, this deep emotional pull as you read these words, is because something divine is happening inside you. The Spirit of God is moving through your soul to awaken what the world tried to put to sleep: your identity, your calling, your miracle, your worth. My child, the final words of this message are sacred, and they have the power to mark a new beginning for you. In these last 30 seconds, something unseen is about to touch your heart. Remain until the end, for your blessing is moments away from reaching you. This isn't just about a message anymore. It's a rescue operation. It's a spiritual intervention. It's heaven wrapping its arms around you and saying, enough of the suffering in silence. Enough of being overlooked. Enough of thinking your life has no greater meaning. Because your life is sacred. You have no idea how many times God has protected you from things that would have destroyed you if they had reached you. Now you're being called forward. You're being chosen for something greater than just survival. The sudden interest of a millionaire in your life is not about status or riches, it's about purpose. It's about alignment. God stirred something in their heart and showed them what they weren't expecting to see. They saw grace on your name. They saw favor on your life. And they were not just interested, they were moved. Type Amen if you believe. This person may not understand why they feel so drawn to help, or why your name keeps echoing in their mind, but you must understand that this is not their doing. It is God. He is using them. He is using their resources, their influence, their open heart to bless you in ways you couldn't make happen on your own. Because that's how God works. He uses the unexpected to fulfill the impossible. You're not going to need to chase anything this time. What belongs to you is going to come and find you. This is what it means to be divinely chosen. The door that is about to open for you has no handle on your side, because it's not your job to force it, it's your job to believe, to prepare, and to be ready. And God is telling you now, in this very hour, be ready. Be prepared. Because what's coming is real. You were not forgotten in the back corner of life. You were being preserved. You were being strengthened. You were being protected from the wrong people, the wrong places, and the wrong timing. And now that all things are aligning, God is clearing the path for you to receive something so big it will cause people to look at your life and say, only God could have done that. This is why the message says it's an emergency. Because if you walk away now, if you ignore the tug in your spirit, you may delay something that heaven has already prepared. There are times when obedience opens what effort could never reach. And this is one of those times. This is holy ground. This is a sacred message. You didn't scroll past it. You didn't dismiss it. That means something inside you still believes. That means your faith still has life. And where there is life, there is room for miracles. What if a simple 7-minute sound frequency could awaken a forgotten brain signal designed to pull wealth toward you like a magnet? Backed by shocking CIA files and neuroscience, this discovery is now changing lives everywhere. Think of debts melting away, promotions arriving, and abundance flowing freely. This is the one moment that can rewrite your future, but only if you claim it now, because hesitation will only keep you chained to the same struggles. Click the link in video description and comments below to experience the hidden wealth wave and let your financial destiny shift in your favor today. God has never needed you to be perfect. He's only ever needed you to be willing. And you are willing, even if you feel scared, even if you're tired, even if you've made mistakes. None of that disqualifies you. In fact, it makes you the exact person God chooses, because those who know what pain feels like also know how to treat others with kindness and compassion when they rise. God loves using broken things to show off His power to restore, heal, and elevate. So take a breath right now. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart soften. Let your spirit feel the warmth of God's voice. This is not just encouragement. This is a call to come forward. This is a moment where heaven bends low and whispers directly to you, I have not forgotten. I have not changed my mind. I have not let go. You are still the one. Still the one He is blessing. Still the one He is fighting for. Still the one He's raising up when others thought it was over for you. And the one who was sent to help you, the one who saw your name and felt something shake inside of them, they are on the way. They are part of God's plan. They are not a coincidence. They are a confirmation. Get ready to receive what's coming next. You are not stepping into something ordinary, you are stepping into something chosen, something deeply prepared by the hands of God, something tailor-made for your soul's healing, restoration, and elevation. Type 1818 to claim miracles. Everything you have walked through has led you here, to this very place where God is reaching for you with urgency and mercy. Not because you failed to hear him in the past, but because he loves you too much to let you continue in a life that is far less than what he created for you. He has waited patiently. He has watched you cry behind closed doors. He has heard your prayers that were whispered under your breath when no one else knew you were breaking inside. And now, heaven moves. Not slowly. Not quietly. But boldly. Loudly. Deliberately. Because this is the hour where you are called to rise. Not just emotionally or mentally, but spiritually. There is a lifting coming to your life, and it will not make sense to people who only see you through the lens of your past. But you must remember that God does not consult your history to determine your future. He writes over what was broken and speaks life where others only sow ruin. Right now, God is moving people into your story, people who carry blessings, favor, and opportunities that were kept away until you were ready. And you are ready now, even if you feel unsure. Because readiness isn't about having it all together. It's about surrendering. It's about saying, God, I'm tired of doing this alone. I'm tired of trying to hold it all together. I need you to step in. And he has. That's what this moment is. He has stepped in, and this message is his voice reminding you that help is not only coming, it's already been released. The one who has taken an unexpected interest in you, the one heaven stirred at just the right time, is not coming empty-handed. They're carrying keys. They're carrying resources. They're carrying something that was delayed for a reason, but not denied. God hid you in a season of silence to protect the beauty of your growth. Like a seed buried in the soil, no one saw the way your roots were forming beneath the surface. But God saw. God watered you with grace. He shielded you from things that would have crushed you. And now the season has shifted. The seed is breaking through the ground. The fruit is about to be visible. The miracle is about to manifest. The urgency in this message is not meant to scare you. It's meant to wake something up in you that has been asleep for far too long. There is a fire inside of you, placed there by the breath of God, and this fire is starting to rise. You may feel the heat in your chest as you read these words. You may feel tears welling up without warning. That is not just emotion. That is the Holy Spirit. That is confirmation that this is not just a nice message. This is your turning point. Let your heart be open. Let your spirit listen. Let yourself believe again. The millionaire who has been stirred toward your name is not just seeing you, they are being directed by God to bless you. To favor you. To open a door that has remained shut for years. And this moment will not come again in the same way. That is why God says open this message quickly, because hesitation in this hour can cause you to miss the timing of your breakthrough. Type 999 if you trust Jesus. But you will not miss it. Because you are listening now. You are reading these words with your spirit and not just your eyes. And the angels are rejoicing because you are finally letting yourself believe that maybe, just maybe, this really is for you. The beauty that is coming will not only touch your bank account or change your status. It will touch your heart. It will restore your joy. It will remind you that God has always had a plan, even when life felt scattered and out of control. Your story is not ending in confusion or struggle. It is shifting into peace, into overflow, into testimony. And you will not have to explain yourself. God will prove it. He will show them who you are by what He places in your hands. He will never force you, never push you, never manipulate your heart. But He will call, again and again, with a voice filled with mercy, urging you to wake up and realize what's been prepared just for you. His love is gentle, but today, His reach is urgent. The weight you've carried so long has shaped your walk, your thoughts, and even the way you see yourself. You've been through silent battles, smiling while breaking on the inside, convincing yourself that no one is coming, that it's too late, that life has passed you by. But hear this now, child of God, God has not forgotten the sound of your weeping. He has not turned away from your pain. In fact, that very ache has become the reason why heaven is moving toward you so quickly now. Because your tears have built an altar before Him, and that altar is about to be covered in divine oil. This isn't a message meant to just make you feel better. This is a message that will change the direction of your future if you allow it to settle into your heart. Someone with access to blessings you've prayed for, someone with means, with vision, and with deep connections, has seen your name. They don't even fully understand why, but something in their spirit was shaken when your life came into their awareness. They saw a vision. They felt something stir. And that's because God placed your name on their spirit like a seal. You may think no one sees your worth. But heaven does. You may think your gifts have been wasted. But heaven knows exactly what you've carried and how long you've been overlooked. God allowed this person to feel what you carry in silence, to see past what you've lost, and to recognize what even you've been too weary to hold on to. The world may have tried to label you as invisible. But God is now making you undeniable. There are moments in life when God doesn't just shift things around you, He shifts things inside you. And this is one of those moments. Something in your soul is awakening again. You can feel it even now. That flicker of belief. That trembling whisper of maybe. That soft, almost broken hope that has dared to rise to the surface again, even though life tried to bury it. What if the missing piece to financial success wasn't luck, but a hidden frequency inside your brain waiting to be switched on? Once activated, this ancient signal unleashes waves of prosperity, opening doors to opportunities you never thought possible. From sudden windfalls to long-awaited breakthroughs, it's transforming lives daily. Want to see how? Click the link in the video description and comments below to tap into the Money Magnet brain wave and begin your journey today. Others are already awakening this hidden signal and watching their lives transform. Do not be the one left behind while abundance passes you by. This is the Spirit of God, bringing breath to dry bones. He's not here to remind you of your failures. He's here to restore what they cost you. And He's doing it by sending help in the form of a connection you didn't see coming. You don't need to chase this person. You don't need to prove your worth. Your worth has already been confirmed in heaven. All that's being asked of you now is trust, raw, trembling, childlike trust in the voice calling you forward. The world says, you need to earn it. God says, you just need to receive it. Type 2323 if you trust in God. God is doing something in your life that will not only surprise you but also everyone who thought your best days were behind you. This next chapter will confuse the enemy and silence the critics. Because while they were mocking your stillness, God was preparing your release. While they were questioning your silence, God was preparing your recognition. While they thought nothing was moving for you, God was speaking your name to someone in a position to unlock doors no man can shut. This is not about the millionaire. This is about God showing you that He can use anyone, at any time, to deliver what He promised. This is about you realizing that you were never forgotten, not even for a second. The same God who parted seas, who raised the dead, who healed the broken, is now whispering to your heart and saying, "It's your time." And no matter how much you've lost, no matter how much time you think has passed, no matter how heavy your past has been, it's still your time. The winds are shifting. The waters are parting. The oil is being poured. And heaven has declared a release over your life that no force can cancel. This is the voice that commands storms to be still, the voice that breathes galaxies into existence, and yet today, He chooses to speak gently to your soul because He knows how fragile your heart has been feeling. He's not here to overwhelm you. He's here to remind you that even in your most silent battles, He has been present, watching, shielding, and preparing you for what is unfolding right now. Type Amen if you believe God is with you, and share this uplifting video with 5 others to surround yourself with blessings and miracles. The urgency in this message is not random. It is tied to something that has already shifted in the spirit. Something has been released. A door has already begun to open. The person whose heart was stirred with your name is not only coming closer, they are being drawn in by a divine assignment. This isn't about luck or random favor. This is about destiny. This is about divine timing meeting divine instruction. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to beg anyone. What God has planned for you is finding its way to you right now without the need for performance, pretending, or pressure. This is pure grace, flooding into your life in a way that will feel like gentle rain falling after a long drought. The land of your life, once dry and weary, will feel the softness of new beginnings and the beauty of restored joy. There are no accidents in heaven's calendar. The very day this person saw your name, something cracked open in the spirit. Something dormant was awakened. It was not a casual thought, it was a spiritual prompting. The kind that does not let someone rest until they act. This is the weight your name is carrying now. This is the power God has placed upon your identity. You are more than you think you are. You are carrying something eternal, and now it's time for that purpose to be revealed. Everything that has felt hidden in you, your potential, your dreams, your voice, your light, is about to come into full view. Not for the world's applause, but for God's glory. Not for attention, but for impact. This is not the kind of breakthrough that comes and goes. This is the kind that plants roots and grows into something unshakable. And God has not chosen to do this privately. He is doing it in such a way that even those who underestimated you will have to admit they were wrong. Not because you wanted revenge, but because God wants restoration. You will not have to lift a finger in defense. God Himself is vindicating you. The same people who turned away will witness how God lifts you up, not for show, but for proof that when God places His hand on someone, no man can undo it. Type 555 to receive miracles. This message is your wake-up call. A heavenly reminder that you are not ordinary. You were never overlooked in the eyes of heaven. And even when you had nothing left to give, even when your faith was faint, even when your prayers were silent cries beneath your breath, God held you close. He never gave up on your story. He never stopped writing it. Now the pages are turning, and the next chapter begins with a divine connection. Someone who doesn't even fully understand why they're drawn to you is being led by the Spirit to do something that will mark the start of your new season. Their help is not about money. Their presence is not about status. It's about alignment. It's about spiritual obedience. God placed you in their spirit like a fire that won't go out. They feel it, even if they can't explain it. This is why you must not delay. When the Spirit moves, you move with it. Delay can cause disconnection. And God loves you too much to let you walk in circles any longer. So here you are, standing at the edge of something sacred. You can feel it in your chest, can't you? That stirring. That pulse. That knowing. That is the Holy Spirit confirming that this moment was crafted just for you. Don't let the enemy whisper fear into this moment. Don't let doubt steal what has already been released. The enemy fears your awakening. He fears your surrender. Because when you believe again, when you open your heart again, the chains he's used to keep you stuck begin to break one by one. And right now, chains are falling. Fear is weakening. Hope is rising. Because the power of God is surrounding you in ways you haven't felt in years. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. And everything you've walked through was never wasted. It was all leading you to this moment of divine intersection. You might not feel ready, you might still carry the weight of questions you've never been able to answer, but none of that stops what God is doing. Because what's happening is not about how strong you are. It's about how faithful He is. And He is moving swiftly to make sure you don't miss what He has spoken over your life. There is a reason why you're reading these words at this exact time. It's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's divine design. God knew you needed to see this before you gave up, before you walked away, before you decided that maybe your season would never come. He knew your heart was on the edge, stretched thin by waiting, weariness, and worry. And that's why He sent this message like a lifeline, wrapped in light, soaked in mercy, carrying the sound of His voice speaking directly to your spirit. The person who was stirred with your name hasn't forgotten. They didn't walk away. In fact, ever since they felt that sudden, unexplainable pull toward your name, their life has been nudged in ways they can't ignore. God is guiding them toward you. Quietly. Strategically. Without chaos. Because the Lord does not work in confusion. He works in peace, in precision, in perfect timing. And that time is now. Type yes to affirm. You've waited in silence long enough. You've sat with dreams buried beneath discouragement for far too long. But here's the truth that's been echoing from heaven: it's your turn. No more postponement. No more delays. No more missing pieces. What was once out of reach is now within arm's length, because God has assigned someone to bridge the gap. And they are already on their way to you. Your name is being whispered in places you've never been. Your story is being discussed by someone who has the power to lift you into the next chapter. You didn't have to make it happen. You didn't have to strive or chase or prove. God is the one who orchestrated it. God is the one who made your name stand out. And now the one who saw you, really saw you, cannot shake the image of you from their thoughts. They don't just feel interested. They feel assigned. That's what happens when heaven gets involved. People no longer act based on logic. They move by divine instruction. And this person's heart is now under holy guidance. Their hands will carry something for you. Their obedience will open something for you. Their presence will affirm that God has not forgotten a single word He spoke over your life. What if you discovered a tiny, walnut-sized brain region holds the secret to endless wealth and success? Recently uncovered by groundbreaking research and once buried in classified files, this frequency is now available to anyone ready to listen. Imagine replacing worry and struggle with a life of financial ease and freedom. Interested? Click the link in video description and comments below to unleash this hidden brain wave and start attracting wealth right now. You have been guided to this message for a reason, and if you turn away, the chance may not return. This is your time to step in. The time you spent feeling invisible was not punishment, it was preservation. God was keeping you hidden until the right hearts could find you. Because if the wrong people had seen you too soon, they would have mishandled your purpose. But this time is different. This person is different. They are not just coming into your life out of convenience, but out of calling. There's a reason you feel what you're feeling as you read this. It's more than emotion. It's alignment. Your spirit knows the truth when it hears it. Your soul recognizes the sound of God's voice when it speaks. And even if you've been through seasons where your faith was almost gone, the fact that you're still here, still reading, still open, means your heart still believes. You don't have to know every detail. You just need to stay ready. Keep your heart soft. Keep your hands open. Keep your ears tuned to the quiet instructions from the Spirit. Because the next step may come in a whisper. It may come through a message. It may come through a moment that seems ordinary but is actually sacred. And when it does, move with faith. Don't second guess. Don't shrink back. Don't ask if you're worthy. You are worthy. Not because of what you've done, but because of who you belong to. You are a child of God, and heaven has already approved this blessing. The shift is not coming, it has already begun. The weight is lifting. The light is breaking through. And what's on its way will not just surprise you. It will heal you. It will confirm everything God has ever whispered in the hidden places of your life. Even in the quiet moments when you feel nothing is changing, heaven is at work. Angels are moving in silence, rearranging situations, softening hearts, and preparing divine meetings you didn't ask for but deeply need. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your spirit has already started to feel it. That stirring, that subtle shift, that gentle pull that something different is coming. Type 777 if you walk by faith. This is no longer a season of waiting. It is a season of preparation. Because what is about to walk into your life carries weight, responsibility, and purpose. The person God has stirred with your name carries more than influence. They carry the confirmation of the promise God made to you when you were at your lowest, when you had nothing to offer but broken hope and silent prayers. He remembered every word. And now, His response is coming through the hands of someone unexpected. This person didn't randomly notice you. They didn't stumble across your name by accident. Their heart was moved, their path redirected, their focus shifted by something divine. They may not understand it yet, but they are being led by God to become part of your story in a meaningful, lasting way. And it won't be based on pity, nor charity, it will be based on alignment. It will be clear to both of you that this is not a coincidence. It is a divine assignment. For years, you've been walking with questions that weighed heavier than your strength could bear. You've watched others receive, and you wondered when it would be your turn. You've held on with trembling hands to dreams that felt like they were slipping away, and you've kept faith alive in places where most would have given up. That faith, that quiet perseverance, is now being rewarded. God has not only seen your endurance, He has honored it. He has turned it into a fragrance that has reached heaven's throne. And now, the response is coming in the form of favor. The favor that finds you. The favor that lifts you. The favor that arrives through the obedience of someone heaven has already appointed. This is why the message comes with such urgency. Not to cause fear, but to awaken your spirit. Because what is approaching carries eternal value. It is not just a shift in your circumstances, it is a shift in your identity. You will not be the same person after this blessing arrives. Your mindset, your posture, your atmosphere, your peace, everything will begin to reflect the touch of God's hand. You will feel lighter, not because your problems have disappeared, but because your spirit will finally rest in the truth that God has not forgotten you. The uncertainty that once lived in the corners of your heart will be replaced by a quiet confidence, rooted in the reality that God still moves, still speaks, still sends help exactly when it's needed most. There are divine appointments set for you in this season, conversations, encounters, ideas, and opportunities that carry breakthrough within them. You won't have to strive to reach them. You won't need to push open the door. You simply need to stay sensitive to the Spirit, because God is guiding your steps in ways that may not always make sense at first but will be clear in hindsight. You will look back on this time and realize that this was the moment everything started shifting. The moment you decided to believe again. The moment you refused to give up. The moment you opened your heart again, even after disappointment. The moment you allowed God to remind you who you truly are and what you're destined for. And when the person finally reaches you, when they speak your name with kindness, with favor, with purpose, you will feel the peace of God settle over you like a warm blanket. You will know this was never about being noticed by people. It was about being remembered by heaven. And now that moment is here. Type 333 to welcome blessings. This connection won't just change your finances. It will change your spirit. It will revive your hope. It will reset your faith in what's possible when God writes your story. And even if others don't understand it, even if some question it, you will know in your soul that this was the hand of God all along. You simply waited, even when it hurt, even when it felt like nothing was moving. But every second of that wait has been counted, and every tear has been collected. Now God is making good on what He promised you in the dark. He is bringing your name into the light. There is no longer any reason to doubt if it's real. This isn't a dream you have to chase. This is a divine appointment that's already in motion. The person stirred by your name has been moved more deeply than they can explain. They've tried to ignore it, tried to brush it off, but something inside won't let them forget. That's because your name wasn't just placed on their mind, it was sealed into their spirit by God Himself. They have access to blessings that you've prayed for in silence. They are carrying the very thing you've been waiting for, not just in their hands but in their purpose. And God has now joined your paths. Not by chance. Not by coincidence. But by divine intention. This is a holy alignment, a spiritual bond between what heaven wants to release and what you're finally ready to receive. You've been in the background long enough. You've supported others, lifted others, celebrated others while secretly wondering if anyone would ever do the same for you. Now heaven is turning the spotlight. Not because you asked for it, but because it's your time. The release is happening. The chains of delay are broken. The silence is over. And now, the doors that once ignored you will open because of the divine hand that rests on your life. This isn't a moment to question if you're worthy. You are. Even if you don't feel like it, even if your past tries to whisper lies, even if your circumstances try to convince you otherwise, heaven has already declared that you are worthy to be chosen, worthy to be helped, worthy to be favored, worthy to be remembered. This divine connection that's forming will come with peace. There won't be confusion. There won't be resistance. There won't be begging. It will flow, because what comes from God carries ease. It carries clarity. And it brings with it the evidence that He is near. When you finally see this person, when your spirit recognizes their assignment, it will feel like breathing after holding your breath for too long. They will not see your brokenness as weakness. They will see it as beauty. They will not shrink back from your wounds. They will understand them. Because they've been prepared to carry the weight of this blessing without judgment or hesitation. Their help is not a favor. It is an answer. You will not need to over-explain. You will not need to perform. You will not need to make yourself smaller. The door that is opening was built to fit you just as you are, no more, no less. This is what it feels like when God writes the script. This is what it means when heaven says, "Now is the time." What if I told you financial freedom is not about working harder, but activating a dormant brain signal designed to draw abundance directly to you? Neuroscience proves this sound wave unlocks prosperity faster than any method known before. From unexpected cash to life-changing success, it's already helping thousands. Imagine looking back tomorrow wishing you had acted today. Do not let regret replace the miracle that is calling you right now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on the ancient money wave and create the life you've always dreamed of today. Type 1212 if you believe God is guiding you. You don't need to figure it all out. You just need to remain open. Let your spirit rest in the truth that what's coming will not confuse you, it will calm you. It will remind you that God always had a plan. Even in the waiting. Even in the silence. Even when you felt forgotten. It was all leading here. Your name has been spoken with honor in a room you didn't enter. Your story is being carried by someone who has no reason to help you except for the fact that heaven told them to. And that is the kind of favor no man can take away. It's already done in the Spirit. Now, you're simply waiting for it to reach your hands. Let this message keep preparing your heart. You are not the same person you were in the season of loss. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are more ready than you've ever been. And the God who called you will finish what He started. Nothing you've lived through has been wasted. What the enemy meant to break you, heaven is now using to bless you. The pages of your pain are becoming the platform for your purpose. The season of surviving is ending. This is the season where you rise into what was promised. There is a rhythm to heaven that doesn't follow the clocks of man. While others may have rushed ahead or found success before you, God was working on something different for you, something custom, something holy, something that could only be birthed through patience, fire, and faith. You were never behind. You were always in preparation. And now that the time has arrived, everything is coming together so quickly that even you will struggle to explain how it all changed so fast. The one who was moved by your name didn't just feel curiosity. They felt divine responsibility. That's what happens when God assigns someone to your life. They don't just show up, they're sent. And when someone is sent, their presence carries peace. Their words carry healing. Their actions carry acceleration. That's what is coming into your life. Not noise. Not confusion. But peace that confirms this is God's doing. And what a beautiful story He's writing for you now. He's taking the broken pieces that you thought would never fit, and He's placing them together with precision and care. He's using your obedience, your quiet strength, your raw honesty to build something strong, something meaningful, something eternal. You are not just being lifted. You are being established. The person heaven stirred on your behalf may have wealth, status, and influence, but what they needed was spiritual clarity. And God gave it to them through your name. Your presence in their life will not only bless you, it will unlock something inside them too. Because when God brings two divine purposes together, both lives are changed. This is not just a blessing for you. This is a movement that will touch others through you. That is why this is so urgent. That is why the timing cannot be missed. You are walking into divine impact. You are stepping into legacy. And the best part is, you won't have to prove yourself anymore. The striving is over. The pretending is over. The waiting is over. God is showing you that when He speaks your name, even kings must listen. Even strangers must move. Even the impossible must make way. Type 888 to open doors of abundance. You don't need to hold your breath anymore. You can breathe. You can trust. You can let go of the fear that you'll be let down again. Because this time, it's different. This time, It's God. He's doing something that no man can block. Something no mistake can cancel. Something no devil can stop. The oil that is being poured over your life now comes from a place of divine remembrance. God remembered you. Not just the prayers you prayed with tears, but even the ones you whispered in pain and never finished. He heard them all. And now He's responding. He is sending someone who sees what others overlooked. Someone who honors what others doubted. Someone who doesn't come to fix you, but to walk with you, to build with you, to open what was locked. And it will not feel forced. It will not come with pressure. It will come with clarity, peace, and the quiet knowing that this is God. You are not at the end of your story. You are just now arriving at the part heaven has been preparing for years. That's why it took time. That's why it felt slow. Because great blessings are never rushed. God has been writing this in detail, down to the very hour, the very breath, the very heart that would connect with yours. So open your spirit. Let these words wash over every doubt. Let the fear drain from your chest. The season of isolation is closing. The chapter of being misunderstood is ending. What's opening now is rich with favor, soaked in grace, and backed by the full power of heaven. What once felt like silence is now being filled with divine direction. And what once felt like lack is now turning into overflow. You are not entering a season where you have to beg. You are entering a season where blessings will locate you. The person stirred with your name, the one carrying a blessing connected to your destiny, is no longer hesitant. They are being moved more and more with every passing day, and it's no longer just a feeling, it's a conviction. They know they are supposed to act. They know they are supposed to reach out. And it's only a matter of moments before that obedience turns into your miracle. There's something sacred about what God is doing for you. He is being intentional with the way this unfolds. He's making sure that when this connection happens, you will feel the peace of His fingerprints all over it. There will be no confusion, no second guessing, no what if. You'll know it's Him because your spirit will exhale. Your heart will finally feel what it hasn't in a long time: security, safety, and confirmation that you're no longer walking alone. For so long, you've given your best when you were at your lowest. You've poured out when you were empty. You've served others while silently wondering who would ever notice your efforts. And even though your flesh grew tired, your spirit stayed faithful. That faith has not gone unseen. That faith has touched the heart of God in ways you cannot imagine. And now, the reward is coming in a form that will stretch your understanding of what's possible. What if everything you've been chasing, wealth, freedom, success, could be drawn to you automatically, simply by unlocking a secret brain wave hidden inside you? Once classified by intelligence agencies, this discovery is now available to the public, and it's changing lives instantly. Picture yourself debt-free, stress-free, and thriving. The window is open, but not forever, and every second you wait is wealth slipping from your hands, so grasp it now. Click the link in video description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency and watch abundance flow into your life today.